So, what do you want to talk about? What does anyone want to talk about with me these days? If they only knew the truth. You know, ever since me and my fiance of 6 years broke up, it's been a downward spiral. That is way too much Jack Daniels. It's been a road of pain, misery. Like that song, Misery Loves Company. Well, so wrong. You miss me when I'm gone. But would you miss me if I was gone? It's not like I've put a big impact on this world. I mean, to my exes and my haters, I'm a piece of shit. I'm Catheter Boy. Not anymore. I'm E.T. I'm a manipulative liar. Which is strange because to my true friends, I don't actually lie. I tell it straight like it is. You know, people can make up shit about me all they want, but the fact of the matter is, it's all lies. It's jealousy. It's anger because they couldn't get what they want from me. Every single person I dated this year has been absolutely disgusting. And I'd tell you something, it's people like that don't deserve to be in a relationship with anyone. These people are compulsive liars themselves. They say stuff to boost their own ego, to put others like me down. I could tell you a story which would be like so shocking, you'd be like, how do you date people like that? And it's probably funny because probably 3 of them that are watching this vid thinks it's about them. Well, if you think it's about you, then you're a bad piece of shit. You're a bad human being. See, what people don't realize is every day is a struggle for me. I have so much pressure on me to succeed in life, more than anybody. You think I deal with this pressure very well? I don't. I'm supposed to put on a smile every day and pretend everything's okay when it's not. You know, just recently, this beautiful person came into my life that it just seems too good to be true. Beautiful, single mother. Don't joke about it, guys, please. Lives here in Adelaide too, which is always a bonus because you always want someone with you. But it was like when we first started talking, it was like we've known each other for years. But I don't think even a person like her could go for a guy like me. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with me. Except for this drink, it's just way too strong. I'll put some Coke in that in a minute. It's way too strong. That'll put hair on your balls, seriously. But you think I like working 3 jobs? It's a struggle. I mean, you may say, oh, but you can't be getting that much money. You only do 3 jobs. You know, what's so good about what 50s in there? What the fuck's that? 20s? I know there's like 100 in here somewhere. But it's not about cash. It's not about the fact that I have to bust my ass and bust my arms to make my parents proud of me. It's the fact that I've got nothing really at the end of the day. You know, I was happy in a way that I sold my house. And you may say, well done, congratulations. Don't need it. At the start of the year, I didn't plan of selling my house. That's for sure. But it's made me a lot of money and it's made me profit. It's strange that no one ever thought growing up that I would achieve anything in life. Everyone was just like, oh, he's just going to be a bum. He's just going to be, nothing in life. When I lost my job of 10 years and years ago, and then lost my fiance, I went through a downward spiral after that. A week or 2 after me and her broke up, I was in the back seat of a car with a really bad druggie in the pouring rain at the beach, having sex for like an hour and a half. And I knew then and then there was something wrong with me. I think me and her both knew it. Even she was like, not many guys can keep it up for that long. Like, what are you on, drugs? What are you on, fucking pills? I'm like, no. I just didn't have any feelings in me. I didn't have any love in my heart. I didn't have anything. I was empty. I was fucking myself to a point where I was just like hoping that, you know, something would happen to me, obviously, but it didn't. And I've had relationships since, and you know, you truly understand when you've lost someone, you've lost someone. That goes for, you know, losing loved ones, parents, family, brothers, sisters, kids. And nothing really fills that void. Now, I've lost someone that was like a brother to me this year. And, you know, I'm very close with his sisters. The bond there is actually really strong with me and one of them. Like, we talk every day and every night, and I know I can't replace him. Like I said, I am on the verge right now of, you know, even at 3 jobs, there is a 4th, but it's just on the down low. 3 official jobs where I can say one of them I run a store, another one I'm part owner, and another one I'm a manager. That's not pretty bad for people that think I'm just a trolley boy. No, I'm not. I'm a manager. I'm a part owner. And I help run a store. That's not bad. And I'm still looking for another job. Because I can't stop. It's a sickness in me that I can't stop. I can't even rest. I can't even go on a holiday. Because I can't. So, poker-wise, I am absolutely destroying it in poker. Like, I've played 9 games and made 7 final tables. I think I've come 3rd 5 times and 3/4. Something like that anyway. It's an amazing feat. And people say, well, where do you rank? I'm currently ranked 2nd at that venue, behind the venue leader that's won 3 times. But the fact that there's only like 110, 120 points. So basically, if I win or come 2nd or 3rd and he doesn't make, well, it'd be start 2nd, wouldn't it? And he doesn't make points, it means I'm 1st again at another venue. It might not happen this season because he does get very lucky, the guy, but that's pretty good achievement. You know, I taught myself how to play poker at a young age. But the one thing that I know is when someone's fucking with me. And there's people in this world, on Facebook especially, that I can't call friends. You know, a couple of them have gotten into relationships lately, and I've just not felt like I'm wanted anymore, if I'm being honest. There is someone that came into my life a few days ago. So, Friday night, I did a live stream on Facebook. And this beautiful person's beautiful, and I'm telling you, fucking beautiful person, started talking to me, and I was just, I don't know, like, I was drawn to this person. I was like, fuck, this person's pretty fucking alright. And I said to this person, look, if you want to, like, audio me just before poker, more than welcome. And we chatted for about, like, 30 minutes. And you know how I'm always like, you know, it's better to be single, stuff for relationships, but there's something about her that, like, I ain't gonna lie, made me rethink about things. Someone's probably saying, watching this, just don't drink that stuff. I'm gonna drink the whole thing. I don't give a fuck. I've got a bad liver anyway, so well, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I went to get scans last Thursday. I'm supposed to go back to the doctors, but oh well, it is what it is. Um, but this person made me think like, see, I'm not a sort of person that fucking knows what's gonna happen. I could wake up tomorrow morning and I could be blocked. But she did say, long story short, that like, if she didn't have somewhere to go, the next morning I could have come over. And that's after a first conversation with me just doing a live stream on Facebook. Her exact words was, "You got a beautiful heart and soul." So what she said, let me have a check. Because I do actually want to get the wording right. If I'm going to be more... Alright, let's have a look at Facebook. Because the things you see on Facebook... If anyone's having a problem with Facebook lately, that there is a lot of problems with Facebook, I've noticed. I can't even check the fucking conversation because it's just going really fucking slow. Alright, let's have a look. What's her name again? Gee, fucking hell, Andre, how many fucking women do you talk to on here? There's like... Oh, there she is. Alright. I don't know if the conversation will come up on the computer. Oh, fuck. You serious? I gotta... So anyway, it was about something having a beautiful heart and soul. You're a very nice person. And I was like, niceness doesn't get me anywhere. And I said to this person, you know, like, if we click and stuff, you want to give it a go. And I think she's more than welcome to give it a go. Because I reckon after we do catch up, we could really hit it off. Why her? Out of all the people? Single mother. Again. Ha ha ha. Very funny, guys. There doesn't seem to be red flags this time around with this person. Like if you go back and... let's see. 1, 2, 3... 4 out of the 6 people I've hooked up with this year are single mums. I don't know if the other one was a single mum. I don't know. I think she was just a druggie. No. Could be 5 out of 6. I'm not sure. I know one of them's definitely not a mum because she's my friend and I hooked up with her. How you doing, gorgeous? But the ones that have been single mums, they don't deserve to be. If I could tell you some stories on here, you'd be like, these people shouldn't have kids. Well, the first one doesn't have her kids with her. I guess that's because she's a lying, compulsive druggie that is just absolutely the worst human being here in Adelaide almost. She's that bad. I don't know the full story behind her and why she doesn't have her kids, but I'm sure that from what her ex said one time on a live stream, I was just like, yeah, that kind of wouldn't surprise me because she is very toxic, this person. The one interstate, oh my god. I could make a fucking hour video just on that stupid bitch. Really, oh my god. The definition of a mother, that person does not. She's not a good mother. The fact that she'd endanger her own kids and then let someone hit her kids and still like that person even though they put their hands on her kid. Count how many times I'm gonna... Oh god, this... I'm just gonna keep drinking. I don't care. But these people, like, they just... The moment they don't get what they want from me, they snap. And they'd rather be with guys that are women bashers, rapists, liars, cheaters, child abusers. That's the sort of guys that those women want. Doesn't matter how nice you can be to someone, doesn't mean shit. You know, I made a mistake. I wasn't always nice to my fiance of 6 years, and I am deeply apologetic for that. It's not like I can say, oh, I'm sorry, because she doesn't watch these vids. She doesn't know that I'm even alive. But You know, I took her advice, and I am the man that I am today because of her. She helped me realize what I was doing was wrong. She realized I needed help. I needed to control myself, and I am a better person now. And I'm sure she'd be proud of the person I became. You know, it's easy just to be a lazy bum and just don't do anything with your life. See, the thing is, at the end of the day, is I don't need to pay for sex or kissing anybody because I just have that many people that go, yeah, I'm happy to kiss you. But right now, if I could call my friend up, was she the last person I kissed? I don't know. I'd be like, yo, what's up? You want to hop into your bed and do doggy style? She'd probably be like, yeah, I love doggy style. And she'd probably be like, yeah, cool. You know what I mean? I don't need to pay for sex. I don't need to pay for hookups. The one thing that money can't buy is a relationship. I would love, number one, to definitely see the person that I was talking to the other night. Like, 30-minute phone call made me realize a lot of things. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If she was my girlfriend, she'd be probably one of the prettiest girlfriends I've ever had. If she ever became that. Because, I don't know, like, there's something about her that just... She's not massive, overweight. She's not puny, skinny. She's like the perfect size. The eyes and the hair. But the thing is that worries me is this, like... Will she like me for me? And not because of, obviously, La Casa de la Lego. I don't know. But at the moment, I'm watching Riverdale Season 1, Episode 5, Heart of Darkness. Which is quite an interesting way to introduce this next subject. We all have a dark side. I have a dark side. I have a heart, but it's black. People say every time they date me or get into a relationship with me, I'm going to break your heart. Rah, rah. It's like, no one can break my heart because it was broken the day that me and my fiance broke up. So you can't break my heart. You can't make me feel anything for you because that's the only person I've ever loved in my life. Except for my first love. I've only had two great loves. My first love, when I was younger, and I fucked up there too. And the second, which is the love of my life. People will say that dated me after, probably like, oh yeah, he loved me. I loved him. No. I never loved any of yous. That's the raw truth at the end of the day. How can I love someone that goes behind my back and lies, cheats on me, manipulates me, uses me? Lady, fuck you. I don't love you. I mean, my fiance, she had a job. She had two. She didn't do drugs. She didn't smoke. She barely drank. She cooked. She cleaned. She looked after me when I was sick. She never asked me for money. She never hinted at it. She was my queen and I was like... She treated me very well. And you're trying to say that you treated me better than anybody? No. She's the only one that can claim that. She is the only one that can claim that she treated me better than anybody. She stuck by my side for 6 years. She never once laid a finger on me. People are like, huh? Where's this going? Like I said before, it's the devil you know, not the ones you don't know. See, people come on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, but what are you watching? Are you seeing the real them? No. Because I can guarantee you, most of these streamers, like the ones on Bigo, for example, those women are full of shit. They're only on there trying to get money. Hi, how are you going? Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I love you. And then the daddy lines. Oh my god. Thank you, daddy. Oh god, that's fucked up. And there's these perverted blokes on there that think they're making the woman happy by giving her gifts. No. You're just making her a lot more money. That's why I'm smarter than that. Then you say, oh, what about these YouTubers? These Mr. Beast and Logan Paul. Well, let me tell you about Mr. Beast. He does donate a lot to charity. He is self-made millionaire. Billionaire. He's made a lot of money. I've watched some of his content. Big fan, actually. Shout out Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, if you're watching. Love to meet you one day. Honestly, I think he's one of those guys that people get jealous of his success. You know, even he tries to help his friends out money-wise. He tries to help charities. And I got a lot of respect for that. He does a lot of charitable work. And most of his money his mother keeps. I think they were saying she finances, and that's a good idea. And I'm not going to be as big as Mr. Beast or Logan Paul. Logan Paul, though, he's got himself his energy drinks, he's got himself his Powerades, and he's got a great thing going for him. I'll never be as successful as them. You know, if they die, it's a big deal. Me, if I die, it's no big deal. But the one thing I've always challenged myself is, how do I do better than most people? How do I be different? I don't have no fancy intro because I'd need to ask someone how to do a fancy intro for my vids. I don't have no flashy backdrops. I'm just raw at the end of the day, and I tell it like it is. I can tell you the one in Melbourne is a fucking bitch. And she's too far gone to help. If I'm being honest. I've tried to help that person, and they are absolutely to a point where that person's going to lose their kids and possibly their life one day because of the choices that they make. I could say to you something here, that one of the people I dated here is the worst human being, bar my ex that ran off with my cousin, in this world. This person that I met this year is so toxic to a point where they live in a fantasy world where they think they're actually liked. They think they're sexy. They think they're everything when they're not. Every time this person breaks up with someone, that person gets verbalized, rubbished and trashed. Oh, that person cheated on me. That person's an abuser. That person's a schizo. It's like, you say that about every single fucking guy. Those guys can't speak when you're, they can't speak to defend themselves. And then when one time she said, oh, you're just jealous because guys talk to me. Jealous of what? You don't work. You don't drive. You're not attractive. You're fucking disgusting. You lie compulsively every day. You put up on your Facebook you've got a job when you don't. What are you trying to prove? You know, it's funny that you think you're top shit to everybody, but last time I checked, when you go on social media like a Bigo or a fucking YouTube, she's only on Bigo. And it's insulting and embarrassing watching someone absolutely trash themselves in front of camera. It is really bad to a point where she has to rubbish all of her exes just so she can get sympathy. Listen here. Shout out to Fluffy at work. Love you, Fluffy. You owe me a hug. Big Red. How you doing, bro? Did I miss somebody there? Well, anyway, shout out to my crew at work. I get to a point where, and I apologize to no one when I say this, but these people here where I live are disgusting. They're disgusting human beings that leech off men because they think that they're top shit. Well, if you don't have looks about you, you're just this big fat nasty thing in short shorts showing your bum cheeks to everyone, that ain't going to get too far in life. Why don't you get off the alcohol, get off the drugs, get off the fucking everything, and get a real job? Stop leeching off guys, making you feel sorry for them. Like, at the end of the day, and this is what I stand by, I'm looking for a relationship where I can be happy. Where I don't have to worry about coughing up money here and there. Like, I tell you something. There was the girl I was talking about, the one I was talking to Friday. She was like, happy to go to the movies with me, but she said she'll pay. And I was like, no, like, I'm a gentleman, like, I pay. She's like, no. We can always do 50-50 or I'll pay for you. And it's like, no one pays for me to go to the movies. And that's what I thought was very admirable of her, because I'm not used to people like offering to shout me anything. And that's why already she's different than most girls, because most girls are like, yeah, I'll go to the movies with you. Yeah, I'm not paying. You gotta pay. You gotta pick me up. You gotta drive me. That's not how a relationship works either. Especially 50-50 in a relationship. Why is it always one person that drives or one person that works? If you want a successful relationship, you both have to do 50-50. Both have to work, both have to drive. And if the male just drives and works, then the woman's got to bring something to the table. She's got to be like, oh, can I shout you a movie? Can I shout you a video game? Or can I shout you something? Like, she's got to live up to her end of the bargain too. I guess I'm used to relationships where I'm always the one giving. One of my exes will lie and be like, I paid for this, I paid for nothing. You paid for nothing, exactly. I love how this person claims that every time she's with the guy, she buys this, she buys this, she buys this. It's like, you're fucking lying. You did not pay for that. You did not buy that. You bought that yourself with your own money. And some of the stuff she says, I'm like, oh my God, this is not even true. You're trying to make yourself sound good to all these guys that are fake assholes that are online and just, looking to flog themselves over a camera. Some of the stuff this person said, I'm like, I'm going to drink to that. Fucking oath, like. I haven't had a drink in like 2 weeks, so this is like kicking in. But the fact that what this person did to me was absolutely disgusting. If you want to know, message me on Facebook and I'll tell you what this person did. Because if I say it on here, I'll have like 30 people going, who's this bitch? I'm going to fuck her up. Well, it's actually 2 bitches that actually you probably want to... But, there was one person recently, and I'll call it out, a spade. Their exact words was, maybe you're the problem, Andre. Maybe it's not these women. Maybe you're the problem. I'm like, excuse my French, but I'm the one that actually works. I'm the one that has a license. I'm the one that doesn't do drugs, doesn't get stoned, right? All the women that I dated, they're bad human beings. And people say, well, why do you go out with them then? Because I hope to change their life for the better. I don't judge people, obviously, when I go out with someone, because I'm like, I'll give them a chance. And if they fail, that's it. It's like I was rooting this woman up and down for most of this year, right? The one thing that when I finally said I've had enough of this, so we slept together, I think 2 weeks ago. Great sex, right? But the fact that it's always her messaging me, and then after sex, the next day, I get blocked. And then when she wants her taco tickled, then she goes and adds me back and be like, can you come over? And it's always that pattern over and over again. And she puts the God card on. So if you didn't know, I'm Catholic, yeah? But I don't preach to people that don't want to hear it because, a lot of people don't believe. I get that. But considering that she's supposed to be a Christian, she's supposed to be a woman of God and stuff, but then brings our sex life into it. It's like, you're the one asking me for sex. I'm not the one coming to you for sex. It's like every time she asks me, I'm like, what do you want to do? Do you want to cuddle? And she's like, no, I want sex. There's one night, like, I came over at her place and she's like, oh, I'll leave the front door open for you. She lives in a really bad area. And I said, oh yeah, all right. But she goes, don't wake the kids up there in the lounge. And that's the front door. And I'm like, you're leaving your front door open with your kids in that room all asleep? That's fucked up. And she's like, I'll leave the door open, and by the way, I'm naked. It's like, well, we know where this is going. So, went inside the house, made sure I didn't wake up the kids, and they're like asleep on the couch. And you look at them going, that's so not cool. Like, you didn't let a guy go in. Like, you know, what if it wasn't me that came in? Like, what if it was some other guy? So, went in, locked the door behind me, went into her room, already naked. At first, I'm like, I don't really want to do this. I just want to, cuddle. No, she wanted sex. We had sex. It was good. And then, I said to her like multiple times, look, I'm not looking for a relationship. Nicest way I was going to say it is I don't want a relationship with her. But I was just saying, I don't want a relationship. Truthfully, not with her. But it's always like kisses and cuddles and soft stuff afterwards. Don't get me wrong, that's nice. But then it's just like, I know what's going to happen on the way home or when I get home. And I got the message and I was just like, oh, for fuck's sakes, why do you bring religion into this? You say God has a plan for you, but you've already had 6 kids. You've already gotten married. You've already, your time's up. Alright? Why is it every time we have sex, you turn it into a religious thing? That's, to me, it's just absolutely fucking stupid. Don't put that shit on me. It's not my fault that you get the urge and you come to me. So, yeah. So, what's my plans for the rest of the week? I am absolutely freezing right now. I didn't think it would be this cold. I mean, I had a whole packet of fucking killer pythons just then too. But I'm hoping the girl I like, I get to catch up with, obviously. If you're watching, I really do like you. I do think you're very attractive. You're starting to make me think differently of single mums, that's for sure. I just didn't think that I could realistically fall for someone, because I'm not like a guy that falls for anyone lately. I'm just, what you did was pretty nice, and I thank you for that. But I'm not perfect. Like I said to everyone on here, you can call me E.T., catheter boy, prick, creep, narcissist. That's all one person that said all that too, believe it or not. But you can't call me a liar, because that's the one thing I don't do. I tell it like it is, no matter how much trouble it get me into. I guess you can't call me even a bad root, because even I know I'm not a bad root. Or a bad kisser. One person thought I was a bad kisser, and you know what's funny? The guy she's with now, can't even see his dick. Anyways, that person is just an absolute toxic person herself. And the reason why I didn't like kissing her is because I know where her mouth's been. Probably on his dick. But, on the contrary, it's not about who can get your rocks off at the end of the day and who can fuck you, who can kiss up. It's about how that person makes you feel at the end of the day. How do I make you feel at the end of the day? Some of yous knows how much I love and appreciate you, but you don't do fuck all to prove yourself. Because one day I could be here and the next I'll be gone. I've always said from day one, I wanted to go before anybody. I hate this world. It's a fucked up world. I was blessed in life to have the things that I have. But you take away all the materialistic things. I could win the cross lotto and never be financially have a problem, but it's not going to make me happy. I don't have a son or a daughter to pass my legacy on to. I don't have a partner that can say I love you and you mean a lot to me every night. I have friends that do that, and fuck do I smell right now. I'm sure someone's going to critique this vid and be like, let's watch Andre make an idiot of himself, because there's a fucking bitch that does that. She has to critique everything and get everybody on her side. But if they only knew what she was about, they wouldn't like her. Isn't it weird that the guy is always meant to be the bad guy in every story of a breakup? Only one of my exes, my fiance of 6 years, can say I was a bad guy to her. But no one after that can say anything bad about me. Because you know it's not true. You like to spin webs. You like to manipulate everybody to think, oh, I'm a bad guy. But if you look up my track history, surprisingly there isn't much there. The thing that I can always say is I'm not a druggie. Can you say that you're not a druggie? I'm not a criminal. I'm not a woman basher. I'm not a pedophile. I'm not a rapist. I'm nothing of that. I'm a pathetic loser that plays video games and probably going to spend about $800 buying a new Nintendo Switch. I know, right? Why would I spend that much money? I know. See, unlike most people that can just go on a holiday, I can't just go on a holiday and enjoy myself. I have 3 fucking jobs, which one of them soon might be running out because I can't deliver wood if we got no wood. The second job, that worries me. That worries me because I don't know if how long they can keep me on for, because I don't know how financially they can afford it. My other job, pretty safe for now, but I'm still looking for another job. But obviously at the end of the day, I have one rostered shift and the others are all completely random. So it does put a strain on my health. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I am struggling behind the scenes more than what people know. And surprisingly, I'm not bald yet. I've still got, like, for my age, I've still got a head of hair, but I want to, like, get rid of it if I can. I want to, like, short around the side, short up top. But, yeah, it's funny. I went up to my house for the last time because I've already sold it. So, and the guy's like, oh, you know, you're doing good. You're in your 20s. I'm like, it's nice to think that I'm in my 20s. But when I told my age, he's like, you look good for your age. I'm like, yeah, I still get asked for ID. So fucking. But anyways, let's get to the juicy part of the video. Should we get to the juicy part? To my stalker that's out there. You done playing games yet? You done making fake profiles on Facebook? Are you done stalking my life? Making up things that don't exist? At the end of the day, Miss Dawson, if that's your real surname, you know, there's a web and there's a spider in that web. And that spider is waiting for you to just come along and touch the web. Go and touch that web. Because if you get stuck in that web, the spider's going to come out. And it's going to bite you. And end you. So that's a little message to you. To you two that are watching. My 2 exes of this year. One that's in this state, one that's not in this state. Before you start making stuff about me up, look at your own backyard. Oh wait. One of your backyards is absolutely gross because I had to fucking mow it, didn't I? But look at your life. Both of you. Look at your personal life. Are you really that angry? The fact that you can't leech off me? The fact that you can't get your fancy jewelry and your fancy clothes and your fancy anything? You both are going to be miserable for the rest of your life for the decisions you make. You can keep rubbishing me all you want, but the fact that you know is that there's nothing you can do about it. You knew you fucked up. You knew what you did to me was wrong. Now you got to live with it. You want to make up shit about me all you want. Go right ahead. But at the end of the day, you know the truth. When you look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, I fucked up with him. I'm nasty to him. I'm rude. So was it worth it? Was it really worth it? See, unlike someone that can't hold their piss, That's all I'm drinking. Well, considering actually most of that, like, to that point, is actually Jack Daniels. But unlike her, that just gets intoxicated for the sake of being intoxicated, and then makes men feel sorry for her. I don't need anyone to feel sorry for me. But after this, I'm definitely going to put some more Coke in there, because that is fucking gross. But I don't get drunk to, humiliate myself. That's on my other YouTube vids. There might be links in the, I don't know. There might be links in the four corners after this. But, yeah. Do appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Share it. I do hope this week's a lot better. So that beautiful someone, you know who you are, that came into my life, Dance magic, dance magic, dance magic. You know the reference. Only one person will get that reference. I mean, fuck, we like the same shit. Come on. Let me be your Goblin King. What do you say? I'll be your Goblin King, you'll be Sarah. Yeah, but we know how Labyrinth ended, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Oh, I can be Hoggle, and you can be Sarah. Then again, Hoggle was a old garden gnome that peed in the fucking... Anyways, don't want to be Hoggle. Don't want to be the fucking dog. I don't want to be Pluto. But yeah, Goblin King does sound pretty cool, though. He did get fucked over, though, but yeah. Anyways, hope you all have a lovely week. It is fucking cold here in Adelaide. I'm going to watch one more episode of Riverdale, because I'm 5 episodes in, and what the fuck? It's I don't know, like, at first when I saw it, oh yeah, they're gonna find out who killed da-da-da-da, it's like, okay. I do think that I've been watching this now for a while. Actually, I think I watched 2 episodes or 3 episodes on that, but the one thing that I've learned from this show, which comes into real life, we only have one life at the end of the day. And how you live it is one thing, but how you want to be remembered is another thing. Enough's enough with hate and pettiness. You're not with someone, you're not with someone. End of story. Don't rubbish them. Don't keep rubbishing them when you know they weren't as bad as what you make it out to be. Move on with your life and be happy. Don't live your life in the past. Move to the future. Because if you keep living in the past, you won't have a good future. If you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, you're not going to be happy. If there are people in your life that are cancer, you cut that away, wouldn't you? I did. I got rid of already 3 exes this year because of, like I said, the 3 people in this vid. The one I slept with. That's all about God. So am I, but I don't fucking put my sex life into it. The one from the other state was absolutely disgusting as well. I've cut her out of my life. She can go get bashed and assaulted all she wants and fucking be a nutcase. Like I said, that person will lose their kids at the end of the day. As for the one here in Adelaide, I don't want anything to do with that thing. That is absolutely disgusting. I don't know what's worse, her lies, her manipulation, what she does to men, and the fact that she gets away with a lot when one day she'll meet the wrong person and get what she's coming to her. Anyways, check the 4 corners of your screen, and I'll talk to you all soon.